On the next episode of Sips, Suds, and Smokes,
the Grandpa beers we'll be tasting and discussing today are the legendary Pabst Blue Ribbon beer, Miller High Life, the Champagne of beers, Coors Banquet beer, Pittsburgh's Iron City beer, a premium lager, or Old German brand premium lager, Genessee beer, an American lager. From the Heartland, the land of sky blue waters, Hamm's, America's classic premium beer, Lionshead Deluxe Pilsner beer.
Woohoo!
Also from the East Coast, the famous Narragansett lager, Natty Boh, also known as National Bohemian American Lager, and the legendary Stag beer, an American lager.
Golden quality since 1851.
And one other interesting beer, the legendary Champagne Velvet out of Indiana.
we'll be right back after this break. Brought to you almost live from the Dude in the Basement Studios. Why? Because that's where the good stuff is. It's Sips, Suds, and Smokes with your smoking host, the good old boys. Suds, Suds, Suds. It's time for more Suds.
Well, hello, all you whippersnappers out there. Buckle up and get ready for a wild ride. This is another Suds segment where we say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it is broke, don't call us. We just came to drink beer. I'm one of your hosts, good old Gal Julieanna, and joining me today at the table is good old Boy Kendall.
I am looking forward to kicking it old school.
Nice little innuendo there. Good old boy Sean, hello.
Hello. The only thing that'd be better about this episode is if my great uncle and grandfather were here to partake in this tasting. They would appreciate this science.
Well, you know what? All the great men in our life are here with us today.
Yes.
Aww.
Yes.
Hint number 2. Good old boy Sparky, hi.
I was told we were going to play a game of euchre while playing this episode. Is that no? Yes?
It's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
Cool.
Yes. Good old boy Dave.
You damn kids need to get off my lawn.
Okay, Grandpa.
And there we are. Today's episode is a trip back in time. Wish I had a sound effect for that.
Get back in time.
How many of you remember being a kid, first of all, and then being a kid and watching all the grown-ups drink beer?
Yes.
Those crazy aluminum cans and crazy belches. Well, they really enjoyed it, so it must have tasted great, right? And you tried to sneak a little. We all probably had a grandpa. There were grandpas in our life.
Well, we all absolutely had to have two grandpas. I mean,
True. Maybe an uncle or two that let us have our first sip. Hey, if we were really special, we had a cool dad that helped us along with that too. But I could go on. Yeah. Anyone want to talk about that special grandpa, uncle, somebody in their life that helped get
my uncle Leon put beer in my bottle. So
nice.
I started early.
Nice.
You see the result.
My Midwestern grandparents would sit up all night playing euchre, and then they would here, go get me another beer and go ahead and take care of the rest of this while you're on your way to get it. So you get that dregs at the end of the
nice little
That's
backwash. Cool. Yeah.
My great uncle loved to sit on the front porch and would chuck his empty beer cans into the grass in front. And then when I came to mow the grass, I got paid to not only clean up the aluminum, but then to mow the grass. So,
oh my God, that's early recycling.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Win-win, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I got the money from the recycling. So, yeah.
Double up.
I remember once when I was a kid, I was out with my grandpa in the truck, and it was summertime. The windows were down. I don't think his old truck had air conditioning. And I remember him pulling into a little convenience store and getting, I think it was a 6-pack of High Life, and just
Nice.
He didn't share it with me, but he cracked one cracked one open and just drank it on the way home. Because that's what you did in the,
absolutely,
in the
man.
70s.
Nice. Okay. I got two memorable things. So, first of all, my Uncle Walter owned a tire store in Taylor. This is like down the line from West Scranton. And we'd go and visit him often. My dad would, my dad loved hanging out in garages, and he was kind of close with my Uncle Walter. So there was always, whenever we'd visit, he would go into the back and like he'd pour one out for my dad and whatever, but he'd always leave me a little nip, which I always thought was cool. And then, at church, okay, so
That's where the real drinking happens.
so of course you have like your rectory and you have the church, but a lot of the Orthodox churches would have, and other churches I guess too, would have another building like for Sunday school, and then for like different Sunday dinners, different events, that sort of thing, like Christmas, like you would do your Yolka and stuff like that. Well, my dad would be a bartender in the bar part, because you had to have a bar part to be
Church
not just
bartender.
a,
Yes.
right? Right, exactly. So there was this older gentleman that was a friend of the family, and he had in a beer tray, it would be at the corner of the bar, and he would always like leave a little shot glass for me of whatever was happened to be on tap. It was great, so I'd be the one that like taking in all the plates into the kitchen, and then I'd sneak around and have it was awesome.
Instead of working for tips, she was working for sips.
I was
Or nips.
exactly
Yeah,
right
nips
or
and
nips.
sips.
It was quite the thing. Of course, never told my dad about that. I know, secret's out now. Okay, well, this Suds segment, we are going to sample some of those beers that our grandpas and maybe even our grandmas back in the day had. Obviously, we don't have every beer from back in the day. Rest in peace, those breweries, pre-prohibition and post-prohibition, that did not make it, but had a big impact on like the cultural centers of these little towns and cities. But we may try to bring a few more old timers to do this again. And I don't mean good old boy Mike or Reverend Mark.
Juliana, how dare you? That's so rude.
Cold-blooded.
I'm reading the script, folks. Reading the script.
Sure, blame it on the script.
Yeah, blame it on the
Man,
script.
just reading
All
the
right.
words.
Yeah.
Good old boy Kendall. Give us this amazing lineup for today.
All right. The Grandpa beers we'll be tasting and discussing today are the legendary Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Next up, of course, Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. And then you can't do those two without a good old Coors Banquet beer. But let's get into some of the more fun regional ones, like Pittsburgh's Iron City beer, a premium lager, or Old German brand premium lager. Also from out east, Genessee beer, an American lager. From the heartland, the land of sky blue waters, Hamm's, America's classic premium beer. Lionshead Deluxe Pilsner beer.
Woohoo!
Also from the East Coast, the famous Narragansett lager.
Woo!
We're going to need a bigger beer. I think from kind of the Maryland, D.C. area, Natty Boh, also known as National Bohemian American Lager, and the legendary Stag beer, an American lager.
Golden quality since 1851.
And one other interesting beer, a beer that's been kind of resurrected by a craft brewer, the legendary Champagne Velvet out of Indiana.
All right.
Nice.
That is an amazing lineup, isn't it? Thank you, Kendall. All right. Go to Boy Sparky. Why don't you give us the Suds ratings for today?
We'll be discussing and rating these beers with these Suds ratings, plus our signature belching sound. Here are those ratings now. That sucks. Give me anything but a bad case of the shingles. Was that a belch? Back in my day, we knew how to belch. 3. Ah, what a relief. My roid cream is finally kicking in. 4. A body really should not make that sound. Let's see what sound you make when you're my age. And 5. Listen to that hang time. Pull my finger.
Outstanding.
That might be the best we've had yet of the ratings.
Wow. It's like Grandpa was missing a couple teeth.
That's okay. That's okay. Oh my gosh, that's
was
amazing.
lovely.
Okay,
That's going to get us the Emmy.
I think definitely, yeah, and all the awards. Okay, so today, with it being as special as it is, we're gonna do a blind tasting. I know what's in all of the
You
glasses.
love this.
I
This is
do.
like you
It's
live
such
for
a
these
power trip,
episodes.
man.
I know. And she does like the eyebrow and eye game nonstop.
Yes,
Up to
so,
no good.
We have A through what are we? L.
K or L?
I think it's
L.
Z.
A
Yeah.
through L. Okay,
That's
We
a lot
will-
of letters.
It is a lot of letters.
It's more
but-
than I'm accustomed to.
but we are just diving right in. Okay, let's start with A. We are going to taste on the fly and play. Let's name that beer.
I feel like the Jeopardy theme song should be playing in the background while we're.
Yeah, man. Well, it's
I
this
really
letter.
want to think I know a few of these by memory, but I'm not going to get
I
it
mean,
today.
I really, this
These
was
beers
my,
are so similar.
this was like my
Yes.
Kendall moment today. And I really wanted, like,
I
he's
know,
going
right?
to pull
To
the
see-
banquet.
exactly.
Yeah, he's going to know what the banquet is.
Kendall's going to.
The other thing is, if the listeners could just see how pale every one of these beers is on our platter.
We've never had a flight of 12 beers that all look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could all be the same
They
beer.
could be. You don't know
This
what I
could
did.
be-
All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it out there. I think this is Miller High Life, and I'm
Okay.
fully prepared to be wrong.
Okay,
Fine.
fine.
I can't.
What are we saying about this, though? Okay,
So,
so what do you
like-
expect out of a grandpa style beer?
A light American lager. What are you
Okay.
looking for?
Yeah, it's
Right.
exactly. Drinkability. You know, you can crush a few while you're fishing.
Not a lot of
few
depth.
six packs.
A crispy
Yeah.
boy.
Okay, not a lot of weird aftertaste is what you're
Right.
hoping for,
Yeah,
right?
Clean.
nothing that you're drinking thinking I'm going to have a hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a lot of hops.
Probably going to look the same coming out as it does going in.
that's true too.
Yes,
Fair.
Every
Fair.
sip makes you want to drink another sip.
actually, if our urine did look like this, we'd be concerned about our water consumption.
That's true.
Fair.
We should probably
Fair.
check
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah, they're
that's
not
fair.
that pale. Yeah.
No, right. Okay. So we got a Miller High Life. Any other thoughts?
Man,
Go with Iron City.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm just going to say something completely different since they said that. I'm going to say
I mean, I really feel like you could spin a wheel, and
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna say something different than somebody else said. I'll say Hams. Sure.
I'm going to say Genessee.
Well,
Oh, Juliana's having a moment.
yes, because good old boy Dave is right.
Boom.
Oh, it's a
Wow.
Genesee. Oh, my
Genesee.
goodness.
Better
Nice.
to be better to be
American
lucky than
lager.
good.
Yep.
I've had so
famous-
much of the cream ale.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll be
Genesee
back
cream,
to
sure.
rate this beer in just a second. Welcome back, everyone.
He used it as a bath bomb.
Okay. Today's episode, we are hanging out with our grandfathers, grandmothers,
Great uncles.
great uncles, uncles,
Creepy uncles.
older cousins, older brothers or sisters, or anyone that gave us that first sip of beer.
Uncle Daddy?
The
Daddy uncle. What is this? Arrested Development?
in other words,
Mother
we're,
lovers.
we're just taking a trip down memory lane
Kissing cousins.
and going wow, and finding those old school beers that made everyone happy or
Still
gave a
do.
good memory and still do.
Still do.
you're
Still
right. So the first one, we realized that it is Genessee.
Yay.
Yay.
In
And we are
Tennessee.
going to rate this one a 3. Okay.
From Rochester, New York.
Yeah. And for those just tuning in, we're doing a blind tasting of 12 different grandpa-ish beers. Okay, let's go to B.
Found it.
You know, it actually tastes different.
Yes, it does. A little bit more
It
sweetness.
does. A little more, almost a little appley.
Yeah.
Yeah, more apple than the other one.
Oh God, Juliana! I wish we had like a cam of your face.
I would have guessed Bud, but Bud Heavy, but we don't have that on here.
No.
But it's very similar.
So what would be Buddish?
Oh gosh, I hope not. No, this is very distinctive to me.
because it's Iron City.
No.
No. I'm not from that side of the state.
Or Loins Head. Oh, wait, I read that wrong. Oh, hey, wait a second.
Wow, you're just two letters transposed to go from lion to loins.
Amazing how that reminds me. Last time I was on Broadway, I went to the Loin King. It was not the experience I was expecting.
He'll never unsee that.
Yeah.
Were you in the alley?
Oh, the kids were traumatized.
Seeing that butcher go to work on those loins.
I'm going.
Oh my God.
I'm going to go ahead. I think she gave it away.
Yeah, there's
Lionshead.
Yeah.
Lionshead.
Mm-hmm.
So do you
Never
get
had this beer.
Pilsner out of
Iron
it?
City. Iron City?
No.
No? Which one is it?
Natty Bo.
Oh, it's Natty Bo.
I was thinking that.
You know what? I've been drinking Natty Bo. I should have figured that out, but
It's been a long time since I had a Natty Bo.
Yeah.
It's so distinctive.
it's really not. But
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
I don't think so.
It has a distinctive can.
well, there's water and malt, and there might be hop.
To me, it's distinctive. Okay.
We're taking a distinctive turn for C. I'm just going to tell you that now.
Okay.
Oh, really?
But what are we
Okay.
rating?
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, as a grandpa beer would.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm pulling it. It's a 3.
Overruled. Sustained.
She's got a love of Natty Bo that goes deep,
It does.
bone deep.
You guys brought some to Andy Little, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Probably get
He was excited.
a free appetizer out of that.
I think we did get a free app out of that.
That's right.
We got the tableside
Hey,
service.
he understands quality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is totally different.
Okay,
Gave us
yeah.
free
This is
scrapple.
a different beast right here.
Yeah.
This is somebody else's grandpa. This is not my grandpa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Ooh.
Well, it's not one of the biggies for sure. This is a different thing.
Yeah, I'm just going to say Old German because I have no idea.
I was going to say Iron City.
And I was gonna say
It could be Iron City.
I'm gonna say.
I was
Iron
gonna
City.
say Lion's Head. Yes, really?
It's it's kind of sweet.
And it's kind of watery, too.
Oh,
PBR.
really?
PBR. Wow. We just lost all hipster cred.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
No, this is. I've never liked PBR. I just have not been that girl. You know what I mean? And there's a place in East Nashville.
Yeah, the Red
you know
Door
that
Saloon.
that like we used to go to a lot back in the day, and that was the thing of choice. That's what you would have.
PBR should never be your first
It's
beer.
not a great beer in the package, but there was a little honky tonk over by Upland that had it on draft happy hour for $1, and fresh draft PBR is a pretty
tasty.
solid beer.
especially
Okay.
for $1.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've stayed away from PBR because the few times I've had it over the course of an evening, I wake up the next morning having had just these crazy vivid dreams. And then just like, and yeah, after the second or third time I figured out, I was like, I had PBR last night. I was like, we're going to stop that because the dreams were a little weird.
Yeah,
But if you ever want to trip balls, drop some acid and have some PBR. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's gonna be a night.
Yeah, maybe some shrooms. But
Yeah,
yeah,
sure. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fair.
well, to put this in perspective, excuse me, Genessee is 4.5% ABV.
Okay.
Fine. And then
Natty Bo.
Natty Bows.
Natty Bo is 4.6%.
Okay, right up there.
Fine, right? And then Pabst is 4.
That would explain the watery.
Yeah,
watery
there just
notes.
wasn't
A
much
little,
to it.
right?
Yeah.
No,
You
it
wouldn't
is-
think 0.5% of ABV might.
But
be
you'd be
that much,
wrong,
but
my friend. You
Yeah.
would be wrong.
There's a world of difference.
Yeah. Now, Genessee was 1878. Pabst is 1893.
I think
And
you
they won a blue ribbon.
They
Of course
did.
they did.
Yeah.
Right.
And they've not shut up about it
Exactly.
since.
Yeah, seriously.
They've
We
been
know you
riding
got
that
your
thing.
ribbon.
Yeah.
We've all got that friend.
Yeah.
It just usually doesn't go for 100 years plus.
What
And
they
then
don't tell you is it was a participation ribbon.
It was.
Yeah. And then, according to Natty Bo, they're the world's first golden beer because they originated in Europe. before they came here to the States.
you know.
Don't look at me like that. I'm reading.
No, I'm just
Pish posh.
Okay.
Falderall, I
What
say.
are we rating PBR? Solid deuce.
2. Yeah, it's a 2.
I was disappointed.
We just dropped a deuce.
Okay, let's do one more. Let's do D.
Ooh, this one's really light.
This one's, really clear. Very light.
This is very hydrated.
I think there's something wrong with mine.
There's something. This is very different.
Yeah, a lot more flavor. Well, I mean, anything coming off that.
Relatively speaking, in the grand scheme of things.
I think it's Banquet.
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, Abby.
Anyone getting like a little slickness on this? Kinda,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Slick Rick.
A little oil slick, but that could be where I don't know where it's coming from. So this one,
Is.
the brewery was founded in 1855.
Okay.
So
Sean?
I'm wrong.
No,
Sean,
1851 is when that brewery was founded.
it says the Terre Haute Brewing Company was founded in 1855.
That's-
First of all, it's
And
Terre
grew-
Haute.
Terre Haute,
Yeah.
sorry. So then in 1902,
Champagne Velvet?
Oh, Champagne Ville.
because Sean's the one that brought it. Now,
Yeah, I was thinking about another one that's coming
of
up.
course, sure, of course you were. Okay. Terre Haute. Sorry. I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry to those.
I got people from there, so.
He's got to represent.
Thank you.
It's
Okay.
a Sparks family.
You're
So
going to get some
then-
angry letters from Indiana.
Sure. That's fine. I'll just add them to my list.
Bam,
Okay.
once again.
So this brewmaster, Walter Braun, created a lager called Champagne Velvet that quickly became the flagship beer of that company. And then, of course, Prohibition happened and they had to close and the assets were sold. And that could have easily been the end of it, although it was resurrected and changed several times over the next century. The can from the 40s is really interesting. And I love the elaborateness of all of these older breweries, and like everyone had
Branding.
an eagle that was holding malt and grain, and
This
maybe
has a
some
swastika,
hops.
which was a bad call, I think. No.
Yeah, slightly off.
It was ahead of
right,
its time.
Right. However, recently, Upland Brewing, which was founded in 1998, decided that in 2012 they were looking for a special beer to make in celebration of their 15th anniversary, and they set their sights on Champagne Velvet, and so it's been brewed since then. The final formula includes cluster and Tettnang hops, the Bohemian lager yeast, and it's a 5.5%
Oh, my.
pre-prohibition Pilsner with 29 IBUs.
Nice.
So there's that.
And an interesting fact also about this beer is while Upland's sours remove teeth enamel, this actually adds
it
teeth
back
enamel
in.
back in.
That's
Good for your bones.
So if you do both, you kind
Yes.
of balance it out.
Yeah.
True story.
Nice.
The little bit of hoppiness is what threw me, because I feel like I get a little more hoppiness in Banquet than some of the others, and that's why I guess Banquet. But yeah,
fair.
this one is nice. It definitely has more hops than everything else we've had so
Yes.
far.
Definitely has
Yeah.
more booze than anything
Yeah.
we've had so far.
Yeah.
You can taste
Well,
that.
and it's got a dare I say crafty feel
Yes.
to it almost.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes. It
Yeah.
was
Down with that.
crafted.
Right. Well, cheers for bringing this, and
Yeah. Good job, Sean.
it's gonna be a 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
This is like they brought Grandpa back with like robotic parts, and he's
Yeah.
like faster. They didn't spend $6 million.
Now that's one pretty thing.
Yeah. They didn't spend $6 million, but they spent a little bit more.
They
than
didn't
what
necessarily use titanium.
No, no.
There were some higher quality metals.
It's true.
They went to Kmart.
There's some plastic maybe too, I think.
Okay. Well, I think we're ready for story time. What do you think?
All right. Well, let's see here.
Whip it out, Kendall.
Our story time today.
Bring it.
Let's get this dog on a roll. So, if you haven't heard, Oscar Mayer is hiring its newest class of hot doggers to travel across America in the iconic Wienermobile, which I've seen many, many times and been in once. We can talk about that later. But
That's for after the show.
They have a casting couch in there, I'm told, actually.
You're kind of a big guy, Kendall. Were you stuffed in the Wienermobile?
Oh.
No, it was pretty roomy inside the
You
wiener.
know what? I'm sorry. That's
It's like throwing a Wienermobile down a hallway. I'm sorry.
But the 27-foot-long hot dog on wheels sets out each year to spark some smiles with its iconic look, but only a select group of 12 will be invited to hit the road, according to a recent press release. So from now until January 31st, college grads with a driver's license can join the 36th class of hot doggers.
I like how you have to have graduated from college. It's like
So the Wienermobile is an American icon, one of our brand's most prized assets. A representative from the Kraft Heinz company says. The hot dogger role is an extremely important job, they say here. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot of metal to move down the road. Less than 1% of the applicants are typically selected for the 12 positions, making it statistically easier to get accepted into an Ivy League university than to be granted acceptance into Oscar Mayer's coveted hot dog class.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
So if any young folks out there are thinking about looking for a summer or actually it looks like a job for at least a year. Yeah.
A future
You
in
gotta
sausage.
Ask yourself,
That's your gap year right there.
do you have what it takes to cut the mustard?
it's a year abroad. A year abroad.
Nice. Well done, Kendall.
Wow.
Good job, Kendall.
Well done. Very well
I
done.
love the Wienermobile. I've seen the Wienermobile at least 50 times. I don't know why, but it just, I'm always around a Wienermobile.
So wait, how many people could get the? I'm sorry. What?
I mean, June and I were driving down Bradley Parkway just
Maybe it was
right
meant to
before
be, dude.
Christmas, and Wienermobile passed us. But yeah, like I said, I worked for a rental car company right out of college, and the Wienermobile came to town, and the ladies driving the Wienermobile didn't want to drive the Wienermobile all over Nashville while they were visiting, so they rented a car. And as they
Jerks.
rented the car, I got to go inside the actual Wienermobile and get to see it. But I've seen it all over the country. I just run into it in parking lots here and there.
You're just running into wieners.
I'm running into the Wieners.
So wait, how many
He's
people
a
are they going to
wiener
hire?
magnet.
Do you know they hand out wiener whistles, actually?
Yeah, I've got one.
I've got
Yeah,
a wiener
I've got
whistle.
a wiener whistle.
Same girl.
You know what? We're not blowing that on the show. What? So 12. So there obviously are 12 Wienermobiles, right? Or there's 6, and it's a
I think
two-man
there's
crew.
probably 6 because it's a 2-person crew as far as I know.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't just have one person.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta double stuff
That's a
that
lot
wiener.
of. That's a lot of wiener
Because
to
I've
get down
seen-
the road.
It makes sense why I've seen them all over the country. There's more than one out there.
Okay.
You got your day shift driving the wiener and night shift on the wiener.
That wiener's
The night shift wiener's the toughest one.
That wiener's up. That wiener's up all night. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thank you,
We
Kendall.
only have
That
17 more beers to get to. So
the knowledge we are hitting with these folks today is extraordinary.
Imagine the wiener jokes
Sorry,
after
America.
the other 8 beers.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Now we're going to go to letter E.
E is for everything.
Ooh, that's tasty.
Excellent.
Ooh, you should have the wing with a.
Yeah.
Oh, you already know what this is. Oh, get out of town. That's delicious.
I know I'm not
Yeah.
going to be right, but I'm
Just gonna keep coming back to
gonna-
Banquet.
no, I'm gonna say, I don't think this is
Every-
Bank, but I'm going to say Iron City.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna. s-
You keep trying.
I
I'm
keep
gonna say.
trying.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Lion's Head until we've actually had Lion's Head.
No, this does not taste like Lionshead.
Is it Narragansett?
If you got the time, we got
this is the
beer.
champagne.
Pain of beers.
Really? This
Yeah.
is high life.
Yep,
Miller
this
beer.
is the high life. And what I remember about this is not the beer, but the ads in between watching Yankee games.
This beer has such a special place in my heart because I remember in my first real apartment I got in college, we had just enough money. There's this Kroger in Knoxville they call the Fellini Kroger. It's just totally insane. And we were living in 4th and Gill. And I remember we both got
Wait, Fourth and Kill?
4th
Gill.
Well, could have been.
Okay.
4th and Gill is the name of this neighborhood.
Okay.
And there's this insane Kroger called the Fellini Kroger because it's literally like a Fellini
flea
movie.
film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And the people watching is amazing. Even to this day, there's a Facebook page and everything. But we had grilled red meat and drank the champagne of beers, and we felt like we were growing up for the first time in our
Nice.
lives.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
truly
Yeah.
amazing.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, this is nice. It's not something I would gravitate toward all the time, but
Well, I mean, okay. So compared to, Champagne Velvet impressed me because it's a little elevated than, the regular thing. But then when you drink this, it's not, it's really decent for it being a true,
classic.
Yeah, for such a classy thing. Anyways.
I know I've used it for like doing flavor testing, off flavor testing with beers because I don't want to use Budweiser for that. And this is at least got something I'd want to drink if I'm not trying to spike it with off flavors.
No. Right. Totally. Okay. So we are going to rate the Miller. Yeah, 4. Why not?
oh crap. Okay. Well, look at us.
Well, I'm
thought it was-
seeing 4 fingers.
Yeah. For a couple of those.
But it's
one finger.
It's for people with one finger, though.
Yeah,
that's the rub there.
Of the ones we've had so far, this kind of felt like most of the middle of the road average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It
that's
did.
a really good way to put it.
Fizzy yellow beer.
Fizzy
And
yellow.
very comfortable, So this one is
Very
4
fizzy,
point.
and it tastes kind of like nothing.
Sure. 4.6% ABV. So there you go.
That is kind of right in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
F.
F.
This is sweeter than some of the others we've had.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a little grainier too.
Yeah. Grainy and sweet.
kind of
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's not great.
the understatement.
Are you okay?
No, I almost.
I think he
Just the
broke
way
himself a little
Kendall's delivery was amazing. Just really kind of
bit. Not great.
I mean, we've had better, even in his flat already.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, rated against the Pabst.
Ooh.
I think it's about the same.
About even, yeah.
Okay.
It might be the same beer
It could be.
by the same company.
Yes.
Well, we'll be back to finish this in a second. Welcome back, everyone.
Hi.
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 Grandpa
today-
beer.
Yep, we're channeling our grandpa beers. And we are.
Gotta pee.
Thank you.
Just letting you know.
We are in the midst of, for those of you just tuning in, we're doing a blind tasting of some regional and national beers that have been a part of everyone's life at some point in their lives. Whether it's family members that introduce them or the first kegger you get introduced to or whatever. So what we were discussing before the break was F, and we have come to realize that this is Hamm's.
Congrats, Sparky, for calling it.
Brewed in St. Paul, Minnesota.
So it's safe to say that Hamm's is a little sweeter than everything else we have
Was,
tried
for
today.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I put my finger in it. That's why.
No.
That's very sweet of you, sir.
It's got your touch.
What I do.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we are going to rate Hamm's a 2.
Sorry, hams.
But if you have a bear and a Jeep, as you're cruising through the back roads, it's actually a 3 or 4.
Sure. That's fair.
That's
Ooh, G is weird. Something's going on with G.
Yeah, I got my G and my H.
Uh-oh.
Alphabet is
If I had a
hard.
nickel for every time that happened to me.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. Is this Is this Lionshead?
Is this one of those NA beers? Did you bring out one of those NA beers again?
no, I didn't bring one of the one
I have
beers.
no guess. In fact, at this point, they're kind of starting to run together.
I mean, it's been since August since I've had some, but I'm going to go ahead and say Stag.
I'm saying Iron City. I'm going Iron City.
Oh,
That's where I'm going.
Nope, it's the
it is
Lion.
the pride of Wilkes-Barre, PA.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
the
I've never
pride of
even heard of
Wilkes-Barre.
this one.
Well, that's okay because you're not from northeastern Pennsylvania, so I'm gonna, bring you up. Yeah, it's the corn that's in here. That is, it's distinctive. Yeah. So this is their Pilsner. It's 4.5% ABV.
It's definitely sweeter than some of the others we've had.
Yes.
This is something that my grandfather, on my mom's side, he was not a big beer drinker at all. Like, he wasn't a big drinker in general. He would have this stuff called Virginia Dare. He would have a shot of that every day. Well, he lived to be 102. That was his big, like, that was his thing.
Virginia Dare.
Yes, Virginia Dare wine. It was a very sweet red wine. I think maybe we used that for communion. I could be wrong. But occasionally he knew somebody that worked at the brewery, the Lionshead, which was like right there by Stegmeyer. You could, like, if you were standing in the Stegmeyer offices, you would look and see the Lion. And even to this day, like, they do a lot of contract brewing right now, but the Lion is big and it's lit up every night, and it's kind of cool for what it is.
It's cool, man.
Anyways, yes, a little sweet from that corn. What are we going to rate it, guys? 2? Yeah, you guys going with 2? Okay, 2. But I will think otherwise. All right, let's move on to H.
I like this one, if for no other reason, it cuts through the sweetness of the last one.
Yeah, and it finishes, I think, drier, but now I'm kind of not tasting anything anymore.
I know my palate has gone back to neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah. For that reason, I'm going to throw out that it's the Banquet.
That's what I was thinking.
We're just going to keep going back.
I mean, we're whittling it down.
Eventually,
you're going to get it right. You will be drinking Banquet.
No,
if you say Banquet 12 times, you're going to get it right.
Maybe your palates are like, slightly shot or whatever, but no, this one's got a little bit of a hot bite to it at the end.
Okay.
And this is distinctive to me.
We lost Dave.
Kendall. I mean, the guy's, he's awesome.
He's gold.
He is. He's comedy gold. I don't know.
I'm just agreeing with her assessment of the hops. I have no idea what
your
I did that's
words said you agreed, but your tone said something different.
Otherwise.
No, I think she's right.
That was more convincing.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
But his left eye is twitching.
Yeah, I had to think about it.
This is from the other side.
Yeah, this is
of
Iron
my
City.
home state.
Yeah.
This is Iron City.
Okay.
Really?
All right.
See, I haven't had a lot of Iron City. When I go to Pirate games, I generally drink Iron City Light.
That's fair.
It's just
Yeah,
it's easier
that's fair.
to put down on a hot summer day.
Sure.
I was looking at their website. They actually have an Iron City Light mango.
I have
that at the
never
ballpark.
voluntarily been to a sports ball game. Just to throw that out there.
It's a great excuse to drink beer and eat peanuts.
I'm for that.
I can do that on the porch.
It is. But this, Iron City is always, it's weird because, I've had Yuengling, like I grew up around Yuengling, Natty Boh, Lionshead, Rolling Rock, and Iron City because they were all easily available. And that's what was cheap when you were in high school and college, not that I know anything about that. But Iron City always had this like hot bite to it that was
interesting.
a little sharp to me for what it was. But again, there are legions of people that love and adore this. We are going to rate the Iron City a 3.
Wow, the Western PA beer gets a 3 while the Eastern PA beer got a 2.
You know what? It's okay.
Is I Coors Banquet? Because I swear to God. We have to be right
Eventually, it's got to
eventually.
be Banquet eventually.
I just want that short, stubby bottle of love. Please, God, make it happen.
I'm going to throw out Gansett.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think
Gansett.
so because to me it seems a little sweet. I never thought Banquet was
No,
very sweet.
that's true.
Banquet is sweet. And this is Banquet.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Right, baby.
Nice.
Yes.
I like this.
So Abby ran the New York Marathon in 2017, and she was kind of like broken afterwards. But we like popped into a slice shop, and we both split a 32-ounce Banquet can, and it was like it gave her the energy
Brought
she
her
needed.
back to life.
To get back to the hotel and not die. I mean, she did die afterwards. It was God rest. Pour one out for Abby, but yeah.
Yeah, some of these aren't coming across as I remember them. And one of the things to think about these beers is you generally crack one and crush it while it's cold.
Super cold.
Yes. These
And
beers,
this has had a little bit of time.
They've had a 20, 30 minutes to warm up, and these beers taste different when they're warmer.
Very much
You
so.
don't want to let these beers open up and breathe.
No.
for the
No.
most part.
You
No,
want to.
that's fair.
The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the colder, the better on this.
If
but,
the mountains aren't blue,
These mountains were probably brown at this point.
Okay, what are we going to rate the Banquet? Oh, we're rating it 5?
I mean, I would
10.
go here. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, a 4 for what it is. Maybe not necessarily at the moment.
The crystal clear waters. Of
Yes.
the
Honestly, you
Rockies.
have to drink Banquet out of the stubby bottle, or else it's just
It's
not
just
the
not
same.
right.
Banquet.
It's
It's not.
just not.
And you know
Let's
what? On Yellowstone, they do it right because they've got a ton of Banquet in bottles.
It's all about that floor malting.
It's
Yeah.
all about smoking the
They're
bandit.
still
man.
I think they're the only like mass production brewery that does their own.
Do their own malting?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if they do or not.
No, they do. That's it.
All right, let's go to Jay.
I just like how Dave had this huge big sigh, like when you said Jay's like, oh. 3 more letters, folks.
Narragansett.
This
Very
one's
good.
really clear.
Very good. Why?
I just wanted to say Narragansett.
There's only 3 guesses left at this
Yeah.
point.
I was playing the odds.
Robert
No.
Shaw is what I get when I drink this.
Tastes a little clammy.
This is this has a distinctiveness to it as well.
This one is not as sweet.
No.
which is-
No,
Oh
it's
no,
not.
no,
So
no, no,
not at all.
no, no. It's not like a hoppiness. It's something else. Maybe it's something in the malt, but I've always And whenever I would visit family,
I would call this attenuation.
okay, that could be. But anyways, yeah, this is Gansett. And what are we going to rate the Gansett? 3, 4,
Whatever. Yeah. Just throw out
3.
figures.
I mean, it's at this point.
All right, whatever. It's really a 4.
Why?
I survived a non-alcoholic.
This is what happens
Grandpa
when we
beer
do a
day.
flight of 12. And I want
Yeah.
you all to know, to remember this next time.
You know what was worse? The time that we had like 50 gins in one day. That's
Oh.
yeah.
You should have been there for when we did like 25 IPAs in a day.
No, I PA'd a lot that day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I cried.
So next is
K.
K.
Okay.
Okay. This one's a little darker.
Yes, this is the darkest we have on our flight for sure.
Ooh, there's some weird, some fun. What are you saying? Something going on over there.
There's a little stank in this one.
Yep, yep.
I have a guess, but I'm not going to say it.
So
Oh, why not? Old German.
I'm thinking old German.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Oh, it is Stag.
Oh, it's Stag? Oh,
Golden quality since 1851. It is, definitely best consumed very cold.
yeah.
If you're, rolling Southern Illinois style at a festival, you're going to get a pail of it, which is about 2.5 pints. And your goal is to drink it as quickly as possible to keep it cold. They used to serve it in buckets that were galvanized. There are still galvanized buckets, but they
So you get the galvanized flavor
yes,
along with it.
yeah. So then it became a question of does that help the flavor or inhibit the flavor? They now have started lining the buckets with some sort of liner.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's an end of an era.
jerks.
yeah. Well, I mean, galvanized
That's why
metal
men
is
aren't
really,
really
That's why they
men
call it
anymore.
Carbondale.
yeah.
Okay, now as we talk about these, so the Gansett was 5% ABV.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
This one, the Stag, is 5.2% ABV.
2% better. Yeah.
Suds rating though, I don't know.
No.
I think it's trending in the negative.
And the Banquet is a 5.
5.
So
Okay.
these
We're
these
finishing
last few that
strong.
we have, well, I mean, maybe not. But we've been trending up in the
Yes.
scheme of things.
5's the sweet spot.
So is 5 a sweet spot? Like,
I don't
or
know.
is
I
it
don't-
too sweet?
I don't think there is a sweet spot because I've had a beer that was about 3% that was amazing. And then I've had beers that were
Sure.
7-8% that had nothing going. So
Yeah, I think in this style though, 4.5 to 5's about where you want to be.
That's where you
'Cause
wanna
The
be,
ones
yeah.
that were below 4.5 just felt
It was
really
just
thin.
like, eh.
Yeah.
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 And you can tell they probably diluted them, is how they got to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of these big batch beers, they brew them a little higher strength, and then they do cut them down.
Which is
well, it also helps your production quantity.
Yeah.
You're able to
Yeah.
produce more beer in one brew.
But I would love to have like a PBR unfiltered, undiluted, just to see like what the real beer
PBR
tastes
Keller
like.
beer.
Yeah.
So some of us have enjoyed the unfiltered,
Budweiser.
uncut Budweiser.
It was
fresh
good.
from the tanks.
It was
It's good.
really
It's like
good.
it's like
Yeah.
over 7%.
Yeah.
It was a little cloudy, and it had a lot of flavor.
a lot of
It
body.
did.
A lot
It
of
was
flavor.
really impressive.
Yeah.
And we all were sitting at the table saying,
Like,
well,
why don't you
aren't they
bottle this?
different?
Exactly. Oh no, we want to water it and filter it, because
Well, they got to get rid of that horse piss some way.
yeah, exactly.
Those Clydesdales don't clean up after themselves.
That's right.
Okay, so
For
Stag,
Stag,
yeah.
you're not, no, I was going to go 2, but if we want to go 3,
We'll go
We're going
3.
let's go
We'll go
galvanized.
3.
both go 3 on these.
we're going to galvanize behind Stag.
I'm going to trust that it is a lot better when it's ice cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
That said,
Out of a pail.
these have held up surprisingly better for as warm as they've gotten compared.
have.
Because I think a Budweiser is not going to hold
Does
up.
not
You're not gonna have a
warm
good
up
time.
well.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So
So
this is by default old German.
No, this tastes like
Yeah.
an old German to me. Oh, wait.
Oh,
It is.
but it is. Yes.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Appley.
This is made in Latrobe.
the
Same.
glass line tanks of Latrobe, I
It's
presume.
the same people that brew Iron City,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think this was their original formula or something.
Yeah,
does
nowadays
Sam,
they've got New German, and it's just not the same.
does Sam
Yeah.
Adams still work
very-
with that Latrobe brewery? At one point, I thought
No,
they,
the Pittsburgh Brewing, I think, bought it out.
Oh, okay.
When AB moved, what was it?
well, Latrobe locked up with Blue, Batty Blue.
I can't remember. What was the brewery that was in Latrobe originally?
It was Rolling Rock.
Rolling Rock,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rolling
yeah.
Rock. Yeah, they moved Rolling Rock out to the other plants, and then Pittsburgh Brewing bought it.
Yeah.
Rolling Rock used to be good.
It used to
It
be.
used to be
It's
good.
Just
That
ugh.
was a classic Pennsylvania beer right there.
It really
Maybe
was.
the biggest.
Yeah.
Well, and then the corn flavor in the Rolling Rock was also a signature trademark of
Yes,
that
it
beer.
was. Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
classic.
That was
You ever want to know what that flavor tastes
that was
like?
America's first real contribution to the world of beer. Corn. You're welcome.
Yes, and we're done.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't tell you how many Rolling Rocks I've had in my life. But the big, remember when the ice was popular?
Oh, yeah.
Rolling Rock.
Oh, and rocking the Rolling Rock ice. That was the thing.
We got to rate
That's
this.
good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Gotta
not
rate it.
bad.
Okay.
3.
This one is pleasant.
Yeah.
It's a 3.
Especially the last one, a little warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it survived.
Not bad
up.
for an old German.
That's right.
Not bad for a bunch of big lagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Old school lagers.
Right. I mean, there
Would
were
you
some
guys-
surprises.
There's
in
a
the scheme of
classic
things.
craft in this space. I mean, there's something. I mean, you can try to like craft it up with a champagne velvet, but I mean, these OG original things.
They are. Now, granted, I mean, unfortunately, we weren't able to get to the West Coast and like do some of the West Coast regionals. But I think for what we have today, it's a good cross section of like this classic style has been around forever. It's very easy drinking and it's still available today. And,
America.
it's like apple pie from your grandma.
Just-
It's just comforting.
Too bad we didn't have some old style.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Well, that's going to do it for today. Go to Boy Kendall. Thanks so much for being
It
here.
was a pleasure.
Please tell us about your blog.
Follow June and I at beermakes3.com and also on Instagram as we visit most of the breweries in Tennessee in this upcoming year.
That's going to be exciting. Good old boy Sean, thanks for being here.
Great to be here and happy to contribute to the Stag.
Yes,
And the champagne,
and the champagne
velvet.
velvet.
That was
Thank you, Sean.
that was a pleasant surprise walking into the beer store and seeing that.
Oh
So,
my gosh, totally. Good old boy Sparky, thanks for being here.
I'm so glad to be your grandpa today.
And what
And
a great job you did.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right, Sean, get off his lap.
Oh. Good old boy Dave.
Hey,
I gotta pee.
This is good old Gal Juliana. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep on chuggling and catch you next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're listening to us online, do yourself a favor and tap
it in.
the subscribe button.
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
The easiest way to listen to our show is to ask Siri, Alexa, Google, Uncle Larry, or whoever it is that talks to you on your phone. Play podcast Sip, Suds, and Smokes. We love your feedback, and you can reach us at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com. Our tasting notes flow out on Twitter and Instagram with our handle @SipSudsAndSmokes, and our Facebook page is always buzzing with lots of news. You'll also be able to interact with the thousands,
millions, and millions
of other fans on those social media platforms. Do us a favor. Take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well. Come back, join us for another episode, and keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sip, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see you all next time.